Jacqueline. Welcome to Inspire Yoga. In today's practice, we'll be staying low to the mat. We'll be moving from either lying down, seated, or tabletop pose. So go ahead and grab your mat. Today we'll begin lying down. Go ahead and recline on your mat. Keep the soles of your feet on your mat with your knees up. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. And place your hands on your belly. Feel your lower back pressing down into the mat. And then walk your feet out wide and allow your knees to fall into the midline and rest on each other. Begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. Noticing the belly rise and fall with every breath. Begin to lengthen out the breath, long, slow inhales, and long, slow exhales. Work on evening out the breath here. Maybe you bring a count to your inhale, counting to 4 or 5 as you breathe in. And aim to match that number on your exhale, lengthening out the breath. Continue for a few more breaths here, maybe adding 1 or 2 to the count. Becoming aware of what this breath feels like in your body. And making it a goal to stay connected to your breath as we begin to move. Notice your body resting here. And then tell yourself it's time to begin to move. Reach your arms out wide, opening the arms out into T. Feel the opening across your chest. Take a nice deep inhale, reaching out wide. And with your exhale, wrap one arm over the other. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe you massage into the upper arms, into the shoulders with your fingertips. Or maybe you're just squeezing nice and tight. And notice which arm is on top. Take a nice deep inhale to open up once again. And with your exhale, opposite arm comes over top, finding that nice big hug. Releasing here, untangle the arms, relax the arms down by your sides. Heel toe the feet back about hip width distance apart. And cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Make a figure 4 pose with the legs. Pressing that right knee forward, flexing the right foot. You might stay exactly as you are, or you might lift that left foot off of the mat now, drawing the left knee in. You could take a hold of the back of the left leg or over top of the left shin, flexing both feet. Keeping the upper body relaxed, soften through the shoulders. Find just one more inhale here. And exhale to release the bind through the hands if you had it. Stack that left knee over the hip or keep that left foot down on the mat. Then start to lower the legs over to the left, allowing that right foot to come down to the floor. Relaxing that left leg completely, and then seeing how it feels to press that right knee forward. If you'd like to, you could reach the arms overhead here, deepening the stretch down the right side of the body, and through the shoulders, across the chest. And now beginning to release. If you've reached the arms up, go ahead and lower them back down. Press the hands down into the mat to gently guide those legs back to center. Uncross the legs, feel the soles of the feet down on the mat, and take a moment to press every part of your back down into the mat. Breathe into your belly. And we'll come to the second side. When you're ready, cross that left ankle over the right thigh, pressing that left knee forward. Flex that left foot. And then choose to either stay exactly as you are, or maybe you lift that right foot off of the mat, drawing that right knee in, deepening the stretch on the left side. You could find a bind if that feels right for you today. Flexing that right foot as well if it's off of the mat. Continue to draw your attention back to your breathing. Notice every inhale and every exhale. Stay connected. One more inhale here. And then release the bind through the hands if you had it. Stack that right knee over the hip or bring the sole of the right foot back down to the mat. Then start to shift the legs over to the right, allowing the sole of the left foot to come down to the floor, relaxing that right leg, pressing the left knee forward. Trying to keep the upper back, shoulders, shoulder blades resting on the mat. And maybe you reach the arms up here. If you've reached those arms up, go ahead and lower back down, bring the hands down to the mat, floor, and gently guide yourself back to center, uncrossing the legs. Bring the sole of the left foot back down to the mat. Readjust to feel the lower back pressing down. Make sure your toes are pointing to the top of the mat, creating the number 11 with your feet. Start to walk those feet back slightly, just until you can maybe tickle the backs of the feet, the heels, with your fingertips, with your arms down by your sides. Press all parts of the feet down into the mat. Feel the back of the head, the shoulders, the arms, palms of the hands pressing down into the mat as well. Then with an inhale, begin to lift the hips, lifting them up towards the ceiling. And with your exhale, slowly lower one part of the spine at a time until the lower back touches the mat. Continue with your breath, inhaling to send the hips up high towards the ceiling. Breathing in fully. And exhale to slowly roll back down. As you lift, breathe in, feel strong through the legs, engage your glute muscles. And with your exhale, slowly lower. Just a couple more times. Inhale to lift. And exhale to gently roll back down. One last time with your breath. And releasing this pose, hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring a hand onto each knee or shin. Gently rock side to side or make small dime-sized circles with the knees. Come back to center and gently rock side to side. Eventually make your way onto one side. Pause for a moment. Notice the shift. And then press your hands down into the floor of the mat. Guide yourself up. You'll make your way onto hands and knees to come to tabletop pose. Setting up with the shoulders directly above the wrists, spread the fingers wide. Place your knees about hip-width distance apart, below the hips or slightly behind. Start with a flat back. Press the palms of the hands down into the mat. With an inhale, gently lower the belly, tilt the tailbone up, press your chest forward. And with your exhale, round through your back, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Few more times at your own pace, breathing in fully. And exhaling out completely. Being guided by your breath, exaggerating the movements through the spine. When you're ready, find neutral. Start to walk your hands forward. Keep your hips up over your knees. And start to stretch forward, lowering the forearms, lowering the chest down towards the mat. Maybe you keep your gaze forward as if you're bringing your chin down towards the mat or to touch the mat. If it feels like too much strain on the neck, go ahead and rest the head down. Feeling a sense of lowering your chest down. This is puppy dog pose, heart melting stretch. Now begin to shift forward onto those forearms and lower onto your belly. Reach that right arm forward, slightly rolling onto your right side. Rest the right side of the head, your right ear on your right bicep. Bring that left hand directly below your left shoulder and slide your left knee up and out. It might be in line with the hip or it might come higher. Relax that left leg. You could stay exactly as you are, enjoying this sort of half frog pose variation. Or you could lift that right foot off of the mat, lifting the lower part of the leg, bending into that right knee. And again, you could stay here. Or you could lift that left hand off of the mat and reach your left hand back to meet your right foot. If you have the bind, start to feel that stretch through your right quad into the upper thigh. And remember that you're in control here. You can release the bind at any time. You could take it a little bit further, adjusting the stretch. Releasing the bind if you have it. Extend that right leg long. Bring that left hand back onto the mat. Begin to shift onto your belly. See if you can keep that left knee out wide. Bring your elbows out wide, stack your hands. And again, turning your head towards the left, resting on that right ear. Relaxing the legs completely for half frog pose. Allowing that left foot to turn out to the side. Feel as though you're drawing that left knee up towards the elbow. It might not make it all the way there. Feel your breath moving through your body, the resistance of the belly pressing into the mat. And now begin to extend that left leg to meet the right leg. Lift your head to center, bring your hands directly below your shoulders. And strengthen through the lower back here. Keep a nice deep bend in the arms, don't force anything. With an inhale, just gently lift your chest. Keep the shoulders back. And with your exhale, slowly lower down. Extend your left arm forward. Slightly roll towards your left side. Bring the head to turn to the right, resting on that left ear. And then sliding that right knee up and out to the side. Bringing that right hand down to the mat. Check in here. You could stay. Or you might bend into that left knee, lifting the left foot. Maybe you already feel the stretch. You can hang out here. If you'd like to take that bind, you'll reach your right arm back. Take a hold of the left foot with the right hand. Adjusting the bind if you have it. Feel that stretch into the left thigh. Then release the bind. Extend that left leg. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Start to come on to your belly, keeping that right knee out wide, shifting, bring the elbows out wide, stacking one hand on top of the other, and then again, resting on that left ear, bringing your gaze to the right. Maybe you close your eyes here. Reminding those feet to stay soft and relaxed. And now beginning to lift the head to center. Extend that right leg back to meet the left. Bring the legs together. Bring the hands directly below the shoulders. Drawing the elbows back. Relax the shoulders. Take a nice deep inhale to lift. Breathe in fully. And exhale, slowly lower. Tuck your toes under now, lift onto your knees. Realign the knees below the hips and bring your hands directly below your shoulders. Extend your right leg back behind you, flexing that right foot. And then maybe reach your left arm forward. Both hands can stay down on the mat if that feels more stable for you today. Turn your left palm in as if you're shaking someone's hand. Keep your gaze down to the mat. With every inhale, reach through those left fingertips and back through that right heel. Extend and lengthen. With every exhale, feel further rooted down, press into the mat with that opposite hand and leg. One more inhale, reaching. And exhale down, tabletop pose. Second side, extend that left leg back, toes point down to the mat. Make sure your left hand is directly below your left shoulder, then maybe you reach that right arm up, turn the palm in. Lengthen and reach as you breathe in. Root down further on your exhale. One more inhale, reaching. And exhale, tabletop pose. Rock the hips side to side. Start to slide that right knee up towards your right wrist. Then wiggle that right foot in front of your left leg. Walk your hands over to the right to sit all the way over on your right side. We're coming into swan pose here. So that right shin might come parallel to the short edge of your mat, or that right foot might want to slide back towards that left thigh, and that's okay too. Could slide that left knee in closer if that feels better. That left shin could be parallel to the long edge of your mat. Then turn your chest towards that right thigh. Take a moment to sit up tall. Breathe in. With your exhale, start to walk your hands forward, lean forward, just until you feel that pressure down the side of your right leg, your right thigh. You might stay up on the fingertips, hang out here, or you might begin to lower, bringing the forearms down to the mat and to the floor. You could see how this feels, and maybe you take it further. You could bring the elbows out wide and begin to lower your chest. Maybe stacking the hands. You can make fists with the hands and stack them. Bring your forehead to rest. Of course, if you have blocks, a bolster, a cushion, books, any props that are available to you, you could use those as well to rest and find comfort in this pose. If at any point it feels too intense, feel free to lift back onto the forearms or onto the hands, even onto the fingertips. Find one more cycle of breath here. And then super slowly begin to lift out of the pose. Bring the hands back down to the floor, to the mat. Gently lift. Lean all the way over to the right to swing your legs forward. Come to seated. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat with your knees up. Place your hands just slightly behind the hips and begin to rock windshield wiper the legs side to side. You could flex the feet here. And then come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, all toes pointing forward to the top of the mat. Bring the hands directly below the shoulders. Fingertips can be pointing forward to the side, whatever feels best for your wrists. Then start to press into the soles of the feet. Lift the hips, feel strong through the arms. Maybe you stack the knees over the ankles. You could keep your chin tucked into your chest here, or if it feels okay for the neck, you have no sensitivities there, you can allow the head to draw back. Keep lifting through the hips, feel strong through the glutes, strengthen through the arms here. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down, bringing your bum back down to the mat. From here, we'll swing the legs around to come back to tabletop pose. Notice that space between the knees and the wrists. And this time we'll slide that left knee up towards the left wrist. Wiggle that left foot in front of the right leg. And start to walk the hands over to the left. Sit down on that left side. And then adjust through the legs. So take a moment, maybe you draw that right knee in closer. Maybe that left shin comes parallel to the top of the mat, but it doesn't have to. You can bend further into that left knee if that feels better. Relax the feet completely, not flexing or pointing. Find neutral there. And then turn your chest towards that left thigh. Nice deep inhale, lengthening through your spine. And exhale to gently come into that fold. You could just slightly walk the hands forward and hang out here. You could come down further onto the forearms, lowering the chest, staying nice and relaxed through the upper body. If you'd like to bring the elbows out wide, you could stack the hands. You could allow the chest to relax completely on the leg, thigh. See if you can find a bit of stillness in this pose. And maybe come back to that count in your breath. Working on slow, smooth, even breaths. And then super slowly, never hurrying, begin to make your way up. Press the hands down to lift the torso. And then lean all the way over to the left to swing the legs forward. Setting up for those windshield wipers once again. Soles of the feet come to the mat where you can be up on the heels and gently begin to sway side to side. Back to center when you're ready. One more reverse tabletop pose. All toes pointing forward. Really press into those feet. Bring the hands or the wrists directly below the shoulders. With an inhale, press down. Lift the hips, stack the knees over the ankles. And breathe. Feel strong through the legs here. Keep resisting, pressing into the mat. One more inhale, nice and strong through the legs. And exhale, take your time lowering down. We'll come to lie down. Go ahead and walk those hands. Use those hands, walk yourself down. Shift those shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel the soles of the feet pressing down to the mat. Arms relax down by your sides, pressing the palms of the hands down as well. Feel your lower back pressing down into the mat. Eliminate that space between the lower back and the floor. Then do the opposite with an inhale, as if you're pressing your belly towards your thighs. Create space between the back and the mat. And exhale, shift back. Press the lower back down into the floor. So rolling forward and back with your breath. Inhaling, as if you're pressing the belly forward, arching the back. And exhale, as if you're rounding the back, pressing it down into the floor. A few more times with these pelvic tilts. Maybe just two more. And releasing, finding neutral here. Allow the natural curve of your spine to happen. And breathe. Shift into your final resting pose. You could keep the soles of the feet on the mat, or you might extend the legs long. Turn the palms of the hands up towards the sky. Shift those shoulders down. Maybe gently rock your head side to side a few times, just until you feel it settle to center where it feels best. Take a scan of your body from head to toe, softening, making sure you aren't clenching anywhere. Allow your entire body to relax and settle in to take rest. Release any control you had over your breathing and return to your natural pace of inhales and exhales. If you wish to remain in Shavasana, resting pose, please stay as you are. Otherwise, begin to reintroduce just gentle, subtle movements. Wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe gently rocking your head side to side once again. Begin to move and stretch any way that feels good to you in this moment. And eventually, I'll invite you to make your way over onto your right side to pause in fetal position. Allow your heart to be light here. Gently press your hands down into the floor, the mat. Guide yourself up to seated. Please bring your hands to heart center. Gently bow your head. Close your eyes or just keep a soft gaze. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling after your practice today. Thank yourself for dedicating this time to you and to your well-being. Thank you for joining me, for connecting to your breath, to your body, finding a bit of calm. I hope you enjoyed your practice. To all of you, to love and peace, namaste. Thank you for joining me to practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. See you next time.